Alright, what's up YouTube? So today's video is a little more exciting. So we actually got the restyle kit for the KX125, so we're going to be installing that. I know the previous owner told me that one of the bolt threads for the side panel was stuck into the fuel tank, so we're going to extract that and then hopefully get the new plastics on. I'm not going to be doing the graphics today. It comes with the 2020 KX graphics. I'm not sure if it says 125 or if it even has the numbers of cc's on the bike on the plastics. But we're gonna do that. We can maybe do the seat cover. I need to get a staple gun for that. But yeah, we'll get right into the unboxing and we'll get those plastics installed. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this unboxed here. I'm not sure what's all in here. But yeah, we're gonna see what comes with the kit. And if you hear a little noise in the background, that's just the space heater over there. It's kind of cold in my garage and that's all I got. And it's snowing out right now, so it keeps it cool too. Okay, so there's the invoice. Looks like it's very nicely packaged. It comes from overseas. So here's the side panels, they're all green. That's sweet. You guys probably can't see much of this. I'm gonna actually angle the camera up a little bit. Move it back. We'll go like right there where you guys can see more of it. I was actually surprised. I didn't realize that plastics when they're not on a bike don't take up as much space as I thought. So this is what really adds to the bike is the new fender style. So that'll look sweet. That'll look like a brand new bike. Because the old fenders don't have the pointed tip. They have the squared off tip. So that's what I was excited for when I ordered it. I wanted it to look new. And then here's the side panels. We're gonna get these all unwrapped for you guys to see. But nice flow green color. That's gonna look sick. And then here's the rear fender. Nice and pointed off too, like I was saying. And then what's cool with this kit is it actually comes with a seat cover and graphics. So here's the graphics here. Oh no, this is the brackets and screws actually. So we're gonna get the seat cover out of here. Wait. No way. Okay, so I guess it comes with a new seat. If I'm getting that correctly. Yeah, this is a brand new seat. That's awesome. So I thought this was just gonna be a seat cover. This is a whole Kawasaki seat. The only thing I don't like about it is it says by TX Race, so I'll probably take some spray paint or something to cover that up because I just don't like advertising other brands like that. So that saves a lot of time. Now I won't have to redo the seat and then I'll have an extra seat. So we're gonna go ahead and get this cardboard out of here and we're gonna unwrap everything. Or I'll just lay it out here for everyone to see, and then we're going to take the old stuff off. Okay, so we got our front number plate right there, and then we got our seat cover here, not seat cover, seat. And then actually I don't think it comes with graphics. Maybe I was mistaken on that, which is no big deal. We're just going to get some graphics for it if they make a kit that'll fit that, because I don't know what like type of plastics they are for if you went to like a graphics company. So we'll figure that out. But there's the side panels right here. And then you got your front fender here, which is sweet. Like I said, it looks like a newer KX. And then the rear fender and then the brackets and screws there. So that might help, especially since one of these screws on there is, or the actual bracket for the screw in the fuel tank is broken. So what I'm gonna do is use some vice grips and rip that out. And then we'll just glue it back in like I normally do when these older bikes have that issue. So let's get right into that. All right, so this will be a pretty easy part, but I'm gonna be working around the camera, aren't I? So It'd be nice to have power tools, but I don't at the moment, so we're gonna work with what we got. I need a screwdriver for this, that'd be a little easier. But I'll just kind of fast forward through all this. Okay, so the previous owner told me that this bolt, so what they have is a thread inside the tank, which is like a brass fitting, and these screws kind of just thread into them. Well, it doesn't actually go into the tank, it goes like right on the side, so it's not actually going into the tank. So what I'm gonna do, this is what I did on my 250. So I'm gonna take some vice grips and basically just kind of manhandle it out of there. And then when you're ready to put the new plastics on or the old plastics back on, you kind of just put the fitting back in and then you're going to glue it, because that's all it is, it's just glued in there. Well, actually over time, when it was brand new, it was just pressure fitted in there, so it was kind of threaded in there and then maybe touched with a little glue. But over time that glue gets bad, and so this is what happens, it just kind of spins in there. So you can see it's a lot stiffer than anything should be. That's because it's spinning around in the plastic. Oops, dropped a screw. So I'm gonna just time lapse through this because it may take a while, but we're gonna get it out. So he told me that when they redid the top end, they had to take the whole tank off with this side panel, which you should just be able to pull the side panel off once you get the bolt out, which won't take too long, so we'll get right into that. All right, so we're about halfway there. So I knew the first part was gonna be difficult because there was no way to grab that bolt. So I ended up just breaking the whole plastic because it was bent anyways, and we got new plastics anyways. So the next part is to get the vice grip on there, and we're just gonna rip that out. It actually doesn't go into the tank, so there's a little spot here that goes around the tank on the inside, but if you rip it straight out, you're fine. It's not gonna put a hole in your tank or anything. So I'm just gonna skip through this just because it's gonna take me a while, because it's hard to get a grip on those small bolts. But once we get it out, I'm gonna glue the thing back in, and then we'll be set for a long time, and then we're gonna clean up everything and put the new plastics on. All right, so I think I'm about to get it. So I got the threads exposed. Yes, there we go. All right, so we got the bolt out. I'm actually gonna re-glue this thread into place. Take this off. So you can see it just kind of came loose, and those I don't think are supposed to spin. Still need my pliers here. So we saved the bolt. So these, I think they were just so tight. So it actually looks like the threads were in and they stayed in fine. It's almost like it just seized in there. So what I had on my 250 was this was actually spinning in there. So what I did was pulled it out and glued it in. And this, I'm not really sure how that happened, just because this goes on the other side of the plastic just to keep the plastic from rubbing. So it looks like there's a ton of thread locker on there, so that could maybe be it, but it doesn't really make sense how this could constantly spin in here without coming out. So not quite sure what happened there, but we're gonna get to the rest of the teardown of the plastics. We got the rear fender to go, the front fender, and the front number plate. Luckily, it looks like the front number plate is not zip tied on, and I don't have zip ties, so we're gonna get into that. Okay, so it took about an hour to get the front end on. A lot of different parts going into this. So there's actually a whole different bracket that holds the front panel on, the front number plate. You can see the 2 bolts down in there. And they actually sent in Allen heads for these. The only thing I'm kind of disappointed about is it doesn't line up right with the front wheel. So like you can tell from the front, it's just offset this way. It's kind of hard to see, but it's kind of weird. And I think that's just the front fender being bent. We'll see. I'll shoot him an email, but at least it still looks good. So we're gonna get going on the back half of the bike. But I didn't realize there was so much that goes into these restyle kits. There's tons of brackets here that you have to put on. This looks like it holds the back side panels on number plates. And these, I don't know what they go for. So this is the air intake cover, because there's gonna be a big hole on the left side of the bike. So but yeah, we're gonna jump right into the next video, or that next clip, and we'll skip ahead to that. So we just finished up the build here with the plastics kit. And not gonna lie, the side panels really don't look good. They actually look terrible if you ask me. So from the front, you can see they just don't line up there. And I just don't think it was a good setup from the factory, because you have to put a ton of mounts on this bike to do the restyle kit. And these just bend. It's just not very good metal there. But overall, actually from the sides, the bike looks sick, I think. This is gonna get painted over because I don't like that. This Kawasaki looks great. The back end looked awesome, and it goes together pretty well. I will say that it is kind of just a pain to work on anything now that you have all these extra bolts in there. So like if you take out this bolt, it's got a whole washer kit in there that's gonna fall out too. So it took 2 people to get that on, actually. It definitely needs a graphics kit, which we'll be getting something for that if I can figure out these side panels. But yeah, I think it's kind of cool that it shows the frame here. I don't really like how it shows the fuel tank. It's kind of in the way there. But also the other thing is that the front fender does not line up with the wheel, like I said earlier in the video. But it looks pretty sweet. It's definitely rideable with these front panels being off a little bit. It just kind of messes you up with that front fender being off to the right side a little bit. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to leave a like down below, and definitely comment what you think we should do next to this build. I think it's gonna need black wheels, but I don't know. They might look good with this kit here. So otherwise, yeah, thanks for watching.